you're making bad choices. And the problem with you is when you make a bad choice, your choice is impacting your child. It's impacting your mom. It's impacting your father. CPS is not giving a child back to somebody who's in the throes of their addiction. Court is calling 2018 CR 12678, State of Texas versus Erica Mon'nique Rodriguez. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Brittany Sparks.
Defense.
John Robertson from Ms. Rodriguez.
And are you Ms. Rodriguez?
Yeah.
Counsel, I'm showing you the discovery acknowledgement. Have you received all the discovery in this case, and did you review it with your client? Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Ms. Rodriguez, I'm showing you what's entitled Application for Community Supervision. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it, and did you sign it? All right. Did you understand that what you're charged with in count 2 is possession of a controlled substance penalty group 1 gram to 4 grams? That's a 3rd-degree felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand? If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your agreement. If for any reason the court does not follow your agreement and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you, and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Are we proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Your Honor, I asked the court to follow the agreement. Erica's, we talked about this. She's got some changes to make in her life, and she's going to use this as an opportunity to make some positive changes, kind of head in a better direction for her and her son.
All right. How many children do you have?
I have 4 total.
What are their ages?
One's 8, but he's in Washington with his adopted family, and then I have 2 girls, 17-year-old, an 18-year-old, and my 3-year-old son.
And who is the 3-year-old with?
Right now, he's with my mom and dad. But my mom recently got, she's in a wheelchair now, so he's trying to take care of him, and so I'm able to come out and continue being mom to him that I have been since he's been born. I'm all he knows.
Well,
I'm trying.
here's the thing. You haven't been a good mom to him. And sometimes we have to take stock of our life. And if you take stock of your life, you haven't been a good mom to him, because otherwise you wouldn't be here.
This is where the tone of the courtroom shifts dramatically. The judge isn't just looking at Erica as a defendant anymore. She's looking at her as a mother. And that statement, "You haven't been a good mom," that's not just harsh, it's intentional. In family-related cases, especially when CPS is involved, the court isn't only focused on the crime, it's focused on the child's welfare. And right now, the judge is building a narrative that Erica's choices didn't just hurt her, they directly impacted her child. This is powerful because it reframes the entire case. It's no longer just about drugs, it's about responsibility. So here's something to think about. Should courts be this direct when it comes to parenting? Or is this exactly the kind of tough honesty that's needed?
Be here for this. Is Child Protective Services involved?
Yes.
Who's your Child Protective Services attorney?
She doesn't have one yet, Judge. It's a fresh case. I actually spoke to the caseworker yesterday. They haven't filed paperwork yet,
Okay.
but it sounds like there may be a situation. I talked a little bit with Erica this morning about it, that they may be a temporary custody situation where they get her on a plan and with the goal of getting the child back with her. But it's kind of at the beginning of that stage. She hadn't had an attorney appointed yet.
Okay. How far did you go in school?
11,
Why didn't you graduate?
because I got pregnant with my oldest.
So what have you been doing? Because your oldest is 18 now. So what have you been doing to better yourself employment wise?
I was working with my boyfriend's mom because she owns a warehouse, and I've been working and helping just like with shipment and stuff like that. And
Is this Isaiah Salinas?
no,
Okay. Who is this boyfriend?
Kyle Herrera.
Kyle what?
Herrera.
Herrera.
Okay. Does he have criminal history?
No,
Does he have a drug issue?
no.
Do you have a drug issue? So, And have you been with Kyle while you've had this drug issue?
Yes, but he's more like because he's working, like it makes me want to work. Like he's like a positive influence in my life.
Here's the thing. This is what I've discovered on my time on the planet. I tell everybody I'm in the twilight of my life or the fall of my life because I don't expect to live to be 200. It'd be nice if I did. But if everybody lives to be 200, then that means that we can't retire until we're 160. Who wants to do that, right? But this is what I've discovered. I've discovered that usually people who have the same interests gravitate towards each other. For example, if somebody invites me to a lunch with marathon runners, I'll show up because I'm supporting maybe somebody else who's a marathon runner. But we're not going to hang out on a day-to-day basis. We're not going to discuss what type of shoes they wear. You know why? Because I'm not a marathon runner. That's just not what I do. When people have drug addictions, usually the people they're with have drug addictions or either they enable them. So I know you're not going to sit here and try to tell me that Kyle doesn't use drugs.
If he does, he hasn't done it around me. I haven't really been like physically prior to me getting arrested. I haven't wasn't with him. It was just me and my son. It's always me and my son.
Have you done drugs around Kyle?
Yes, ma'am.
And what did he say?
That's part of the reason why I haven't been around him.
All right. And I'm not going to allow you to be around him now. And I'm going to give you some advice. And this is me coming from a standpoint of somebody who's done child protective services cases where I've represented children and I've represented parents. Your main focus should be on getting your child back.
Yes, ma'am.
Your main focus should not be on relationships because guess what? You're not ready for a relationship. And you know why you're not ready for a relationship? Because you're in the throes of your addiction. And when you're in the throes of your addiction,
This might be one of the most important moments in the entire case. The judge is connecting something people often ignore: addiction and environment. She's essentially saying, you don't just fall into addiction alone. You often surround yourself with people who enable it. And notice how she dismantles Erica's defense about her boyfriend. She doesn't accept surface-level answers. Instead, she uses logic and life experience to challenge it. This is deeper than legal advice. This is behavioral analysis. The judge is pointing out a pattern. Bad choices don't happen in isolation, they happen in cycles. So here's the real question. Can someone truly recover if they don't change the people around them?
addiction, you're choosing the wrong people, you're making bad choices. And the problem with you is when you make a bad choice, your choice is impacting your child, it's impacting your mom, it's impacting your father, because now they got to raise a 3-year-old. And I know they didn't intend to have that happen in their life. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
So how often were you using drugs?
I would say 3 times a week.
All right. And what drugs were you using? Anything other than meth?
I would take Xanax, but that was for anxiety, like half a bar today.
Okay. And have you ever had to do illegal things in order to obtain money for drugs?
No.
And the reason why I'm asking you this is because I'm trying to think of a great program for you, because CPS is not giving a child back to somebody who's in the throes of their addiction. And you're going to need a support system. And your support system cannot just be your mom and your dad, because sometimes moms and dads enable people because they want to see the best in their child. They don't want to see, oh, could she be using drugs? Could she not be using drugs? They'll lean towards, no, she's not using. So that's why I'm trying to understand. And the only courts that are available for treatment right now is Esperanza Court. And Esperanza Court are people who have been maybe victims of sex trafficking, people who have sold their bodies for different things. So that's why I'm trying to figure out, because that's the only court that will be available for you. So that's why I ask. So the questions I ask, I'm not trying to embarrass anyone, but I need to get this information so I can get the right conditions for you so that you can be successful and not end up going to prison. Okay. So let's start back over. So have you done anything illegal in order to obtain drugs? And if you want to ask her that in private and then just tell me the answer, counsel, because I think you know what question I'm asking.
Judge, I don't think so. I think it's more like the original offense conduct was.
Okay.
That's.
Okay.
I don't believe as far as what you're question.
Okay. All right. So what are you planning on doing with your life? How are you planning to support yourself?
When I'm actually kind of excited about getting, I feel like this is a new start for a new beginning for me and my son. For myself, of course, I want to start working. I want to be part of society. I want to be a role model to my daughter and my youngest daughter who seems to be following in my footsteps. I'm kind of excited I feel like I'm starting over. I'm getting a chance to start over and change my people, places, and things.
Please, my file,
I don't do that. I won't
he goes.
to continue.
What do I do?
All right, I need everybody to whisper. You would have to wait till she calls you.
Okay.
All right. So you want to explain to me, and I have no problem with people having tattoos, but I'm always interested. You know, what does it mean? So what is the tattoo on your chest about? The big one, yes.
This is one of the first tattoos I got. I kind of honestly regret all of my tattoos.
But what is the chest tattoo? What is that?
It says time is money.
Okay. And then the other tattoos, what are those all about?
This is for my sister, my baby's dad that passed away. It says dreams of dying, and my friend that passed away, and names.
Okay. Well, I mean, here's the thing. Sometimes you can regret that you did different things, but the key is to make changes so it doesn't happen again.
Yes.
All right. This is what the court is going to do.
Now this is where everything becomes real. The judge delivers a 5-year suspended sentence with probation, which on the surface might seem lenient. But listen closely. This is actually a highly structured and demanding rehabilitation plan. We're talking about drug testing every week, 90 meetings in 90 days, parenting classes, employment requirements, restricted contact, and strict supervision. One mistake, just one, and she could end up in prison. This isn't freedom. This is controlled second chance living. And here's what makes it intense. The system is now watching everything she does. So ask yourself, do strict conditions like this actually help people rebuild, or do they set them up to fail?
Court is going to sentence you to 5 years in the prison, suspended and probated for 5 years. Take in consideration County Court Cause number 636 158 697 151. 120 hours of community service restitution. 40 of those hours will be waived if you provide proof of the COVID vaccination. The court is not requiring you to get the COVID vaccination, but if you do with the booster, 40 of those hours will be waived. Parenting classes and the remaining of the hours will be waived once you complete parenting classes. If CPS gives you parenting classes, which they should, that can count towards this. There's going to be CPS compliance, no unsupervised contact with minors, no contact with Isaiah Salinas or Cal Herrera. There's to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person. I'm going to want field visits 3 times per month until further notice. If probation wants one of those field visits or wants the field visits to count for her reporting, it can. I'm going to want the UA hotline. And with the UA hotline, she needs to call every day and at least be tested 1 time per week. And probation, if you feel like she is accomplishing things, then we can taper that off. But when I say taper it off, we don't go from she's testing every week to she's only testing once a month. And usually you all will send me a notice and I'll put the changes in there. Proof of employment within 30 days. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. You're going to either need to get your GED or get some kind of trade school so you can better yourself, okay?
Yes.
And I'm going to want 90 sober meetings in 90 days. We'll do a TAP evaluation out of custody. I know the TAP evaluation may recommend inpatient treatment, but whatever TAP recommends, I want her to start with intensive outpatient treatment. If that doesn't work, then we're going to be looking at inpatient treatment. And if you miss your TAP evaluation appointment, what's going to end up happening is a warrant's going to be issued and 1 or 2 things are going to happen. Either you're going to end up going to prison or either you're going to end up sitting in jail to do the TAP. So this is a time for you to make choices. All right. You're welcome. Let me ask you, when you're released, do you have a place to stay?
Yes, Your Honor.
Where will that be?
With my mom and dad.
With who?
My mom and dad.
Here's the problem with that.
Oh.
Child Protective Services, I don't know what they're going to plan. Their plan is going to be, but usually their plan is you can't stay there. So I think there is a program.
Judge,
Yes.
The CPS worker told me yesterday that they're probably going to take temporary custody. She wants me to let her know what happened today, whether she's going to be sentenced from the bench or not.
Mhm.
So I can let her know that. I think they'll probably take temporary custody of the child, that way she'll have a presence.
Okay. Well, I'm not your CPS attorney, but this is what I can tell you. Your child is 3 years old. You will find on the CPS side that when a 3-year-old or a 1-year-old is placed in care, in foster care, everybody wants it because it's a cute baby and they feel and they want it. So, well, I say it, they want the child because everybody loves the little babies, right? So you're going to have to make sure that you do everything that's asked of you. And I don't know, they may decide the baby can stay with your parents, but you can't live there. So we're back to the point. If you are not allowed to live with your parents because the child is there, do you have a place to stay?
Honestly, no.
All right, probation, is there, can you look into a sober living house for her? Yes. So I'm going to put here, defendant to reside at sober living house. And I think there's Victory Outreach. There are a couple that have that. Okay.
I do have my aunt. If the CPS goes to where I can't stay with my mom and dad, I do have my aunt, which is my mom's sister, that I can stay with. She's blind and deaf, but if that doesn't work out with my mom and dad, I can go there, but or you show the probation.
All right, probation, this is what we'll do. If she can get placed in a sober living house directly from jail, then I want her in a sober living house. If it's going to take some time, she can reside with her aunt for 2 months, but then she needs to go to a sober living house because I need you with somebody who knows what addiction looks like and not enable. You understand? All right. Is there anything else with regards to sentencing? Is there anything else you need from the court to be successful?
You said six.
Probation, is there anything else she needs?
No.
All right, Ms. Rodriguez, I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it,
Yes, Your Honor.
counsel? Because this is a plea bargaining agreement, because I followed your plea bargaining agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, good luck to you. We can get off the record. I always ask a lot of questions because I want to make sure that the conditions of probation are tailored for you as an individual, not in general, okay? All right, do better.
This case is a perfect example of how the justice system can operate beyond punishment. It becomes intervention. The judge didn't just hand down a sentence. She designed a path filled with structure, accountability, and hard choices. Erica avoided prison for now, but in exchange, she accepted a life under strict supervision where every decision matters. The biggest takeaway here? The court recognized that addiction isn't just a crime. It's a condition that affects families, especially children. But make no mistake, this opportunity comes with pressure. If she fails, the consequences will be immediate and severe. So now it comes down to you. Do you think Erica will turn her life around? Or is this just a temporary pause before things fall apart again? If you found this case as intense as we did, make sure to hit that like button, share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more jaw-dropping courtroom breakdowns.